Yes, baby.
Just going
Miami
to move
Life.
and change, huh?
Miami Life. What's good, champ? How you feeling?
Oh, feeling great, man.
All right. Before we get going, we about to get into some serious conversations on my heavyweight who slid into the game and had a heck of a performance this weekend. So special shouts out to all of you who are watching. Before we get into the AJ fight and how he actually set everything up to get the spectacular knockout, we like to send a special shout out to our sponsors, Link, where you can transfer your game, your name, and all your entire identity in a split second, and your social media, the whole entire thing. So they are the actual AI of transferring your identity. So make sure you stay tuned as we move forward and get deep into some serious breakdowns of the sport of boxing on an entirely different level with the legend, bloodline, and the rising champion, Shane Mosley Jr. What's good, champ?
How you
Let's
doing,
go.
man? Yeah.
That's what's up, man. It's good to see you, man. I was really, I was in a place this weekend, and I really wish I would have done a pre-fight. I really regretted it because I really thought about how Anthony Joshua was going to look this time because he
Hmm.
was coming in there against somebody that he, you know, a bigger boy,
Right.
6'9", another kind of Tyson Fury, not quite the same, Savoy style or power, but a fighter at the heavyweight division, a giant nonetheless.
Right.
What were your thoughts when you saw that fight, and what did you think would happen with AJ?
You know, I eventually thought that he was going to figure Helenius out. I thought it
Hmm.
was going to be a good fight for as long as it lasted. Helenius is a good fighter. I mean, yeah, he got knocked out by Deontay Wilder in the first round, but I think like I said before, like it's how you choose the fight. And Helenius chose to fight Deontay Wilder like
Hmm.
really, really strong, and found out that it wasn't sweet. You know what I mean? And so maybe Helenius thought because uh, that's how Tyson Fury fought him,
Yeah,
that maybe that would pay dividends for him, but it
yeah,
didn't end up working in his favor. So he chose to fight AJ a little bit different, a little bit more boxing, and I feel like it gave AJ, a little bit to think about early on.
yeah,
I wouldn't say it gave him problems, but it definitely gave him things to think about, and he seemed a little bit hesitant,
yeah,
but he figured it out. So
yeah.
that, and I'm happy for him.
Did you pay attention to how well his footwork was? Like he moved his entire body. He was balanced
Mhm.
throughout his the whole night.
Yeah, that's Derek James for you right there. That's that
Yeah,
Derek James.
yeah, yeah. He
Yeah.
did. He did look. And guess what I saw in him? I don't know if you picked up on this, but it didn't hit me about till about the fourth round. I saw a lot of Charlo.
Yeah.
So I
Okay.
said he's been working in there with Charlo. And for those of you who don't know, Charlo is in the junior middleweight class, moving up to super middleweight to fight Canelo, because his brother was actually going to fight him, but for whatever odd reason had to pull out, and Jermell stepped in, and Derek James trained Jermell as well. So when I saw Anthony Joshua, I'm like, who is he gonna start pulling from? And the one that's closest to him is Jamel in some light. I saw a lot of isms of Jamel, and it was really interesting to see how he pulled, and I could see it already. So I'm thinking he's watching Jamel. He likes the way Jamel moves. He likes the way he throws solid punches. Jamel tries to knock you out with every punch. He just does it a little better than most guys who do that.
Right.
So hats off to Anthony Joshua. And one other thing that I was thinking about is, did you pay attention over the career span of Anthony Joshua? So what I want to get into now is, what is the difference between Anthony Joshua and every heavyweight in the game? And if anyone out there knows the difference between Anthony Joshua and any other heavyweight, please take time and drop it down in the comment boxes below. What do you think is the difference between Anthony Joshua since coming into the professional layer of boxing and every heavyweight that's boxing right now. When you think about that, Shane.
So, what I think about and what makes him different is his ability to change his styles, right? Even when he fought Andy Ruiz, like the first time he fought
Hmm.
very, very, you know, I'm gonna get this guy out of there, right? Obviously, that didn't work for him, and he chose to fight a different fight with him the second time and
Yeah,
outboxed him, outclassed him, you know, made him look like an amateur. So
yeah,
I think his ability to change, his ability to adapt, and his ability to when he gets you hurt or when he gets you, he knows how to
yeah,
put you out.
yeah,
And that's like how Floyd was back in the day. You know what I mean?
yeah,
He knew how to adapt to certain styles, and he knew how to break you down. I mean, when Floyd fought Zab Judah, man, Zab looked
hmm,
great for the first couple rounds, and then and then he just started chipping away and chipping
yeah,
away and chipping away,
yeah,
and that's kind of what I see as a heavyweight for
yeah.
Anthony Joshua.
Special shouts out to you, Nas. Yeah, that's one thing. You know what I notice? That everyone, I want you to pay close attention to when I say this. When you look at Anthony Joshua, when you look at every heavyweight, it's just not the amateur career, the amateur pedigree with his Olympic gold and the support, it's the team that he built around him. One thing that Eddie Hearn has done for Anthony Joshua is he showed him the business framework of boxing first. He's always in a business endeavor and then a match instead of everyone else is trying to fight their way to the top. It's not a such thing as that. So any fighters, what my advice to you is, because I sit in those rooms, the people that we talk to weekly are the people that cut the checks or the people that create the business of boxing. So what Anthony Joshua does, I'm going to give you three things that he does. First, he finds out the value of a match before he even thinks about it, right? He thinks about the deals and opportunities that can come because of it. So just say, for instance, if he's really looking to get a real big partnership with a company like Bentley, he's going to wait till he have the fight that has the magnitude, the opponent has the cachet that bring that juice. So because the fight has to have affinity, this is why Crawford and Spence, they showed you what they know about business. They did nothing. They came in there and they fought. That was what they did. When Floyd and Pacquiao fought, Floyd was doing deals. He sold a patch, $15 million for someone, like, he's doing sponsors deals. He's monetizing on the way to the fight. And then the gate was like $21 million, something like that. It might 26, it could have been 26. It was a lot of money because see, all of the business has to be done. So you got to have people. Kelly
Mhm.
Swanson, special shouts out to Kelly Swanson, who's his publicist, who manages a lot of those things that come to him. Leonard Ellerby, Leonard, and so these things, they not ever, the ring is the last thing they think about. And so
Mhm.
I want you coaches to reconfigure your minds when you think about boxing. I'm the guy who's creating the tie to boxing for you so that you understand how to think different. These guys are all about deals and endeavors, using the boxing as leverage to get all the deals you wanted to get done in your life. And then the fight night. You know what I'm saying? And that's
Mhm.
how Anthony Joshua works. That's why every fighter has to be jealous of him, because he just gets in the ring and looks like any other good heavyweight, but his lifestyle, he got buildings with his name on it. He's done deals that will have him secure for life. And that's because he's learned from someone. The Hearn name, the Hearn brand is lineage too. His father is a king. And so that's what I want you fighters and you guys who are trainers, get people in your corner that know how to set your life up, set your career up, because boxing is a business. You're prize fighting, but it's a business that surrounds it. So become conscious. I see guys all the time. I want to fight because I want to help my family. Like, you're not helping your family. Go be a doctor if you want to help your family. You want to fight, you need to know business. So you need to do the exact same thing the doctors did. They figured out, if I go to school this long, I'm coming out on top. You got to sacrifice some time. So that's the difference for me. I don't know if anybody else notices that he's always happy. Pay attention to him.
Yeah. Hey, on one thing on Floyd, I don't know how true this is, but it makes sense when he was doing the 24/7s actually, and he would go on the drive-throughs to like McDonald's or Cane's and all that stuff. Apparently, he was actually getting paid
Yeah.
to go there, and he was
Yeah.
like, I heard a ridiculous amount of
Yeah.
money to go there because it was like a commercial. Yeah, like the best fighter in the world goes to McDonald's. You know, the
Yeah.
best fighter in the world goes to Cane's. You know what I mean? But right before like training for a fight, and I was like, whoa, that was you know, never thought that was like a thing, but like obviously it was.
No, yeah, you do everything. You realize everybody's trying to figure out how to make money off you. Sports bars are selling the fight. They spend
Right.
$10, $20 cover charge. They're selling the food and the drinks higher. They parking is higher. You parking down here in Miami, $65 for, to get in the debt. You know what I'm saying? That's not at an event. That's at a parking lot. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So I know in Cali it's the same kind of craziness. My
Right.
man Nas Castro says that he's not a fan of AJ anymore. Well, I'm sure that that's probably not his biggest concern, but we want you to realize this. You got to support anybody that entertains, if you like them or not. You don't have to be a fan. If you watch his fights, you're a fan, whether you love him or dislike him. And I don't think he's going to lose sleep over that. I just don't want people to think that they can hurt people's feelings when they got emotion and a mission on earth. The mission isn't to make you happy. The mission is to accomplish the goal. And so I don't want people to walk around with this individualism, like your words hurt someone or impact a man's life who has a plan and a team. Don't think small, think big, because I know you guys who follow my page think bigger than that. Support all fighters. The business is very important to actually capitalize on, says my man Yancey and Grant Cardone, and they'll blow your phone up. Capitalize on the commercial opportunities that will compensate you for all the physical sacrifices, and you're spot on. I love the fact that people are listening and paying attention. And look at him. You can tell he's a good looking brother. He understands the game. Thank you, Yancey Stevens. And this is what our job is to elevate you guys' method of thinking. Small minds talk about people, big minds talking about executing plans. See, to talk about someone who's in a situation, a status like Jay-Z or Kanye or Ye, you're admitting that you think small. When you talk of small minds talk about people, big minds talking about conquering. I don't have time to look at what another man does unless we painting each other's DNA, new DNA on the wall. I want a mural in Miami. I want 2 buildings that surround Grant's 10X's buildings in Fort Lauderdale. I care about what a dude say about my footwork. Is that in the boardroom? I'm trying to close this deal. You got to think bigger than little things. And so I want all of you to start really considering that. Let me see what I respect them though, bro. I respect anyone who gets in that ring. Yeah, lead with that. That's right. Lead with that. We over here on the fight show, it's all about higher thinking. I don't have when we go up here and we post and share our world, what you would have never known about boxing. Like right now, you're listening to something that most people ain't even paying attention to. That's the only thing that's important in boxing. Why was there a Floyd? Why was there a Tyson? Why was there Ali? Why was there a Jack Dempsey? Why was there a Rocky Marciano?
Yeah.
The only reason that there were those guys is because they sold tickets,
Yeah.
not because they can fight.
And don't forget Jack Johnson, because Jack Johnson,
Well, Jack Johnson,
that
yeah,
boy was
I
doing
know,
600,000 in 1912.
yeah, yeah. So we got to think about not filling the arena, but we got to start. We got to think about let's sell so many pay-per-views that they're gonna say did Tyson fight? We got to do that, and then we got to say thank you to all the people that came on board to also make that happen, because you got shoe deals in the shoe store that has tens of thousands of people walking in a week, especially down in Miami, coming into the shoe stores saying, oh, who is Shane Mosley? People who are not even from the sport. They father played golf. They like, but you are in there because you've done a deal with them so you can get signage. And they say, oh, it's a fight tonight. They got a group of girls and guys and they're getting together and everybody's now coming to see your fight. They're paying to go somewhere or someone's getting it. And so you got to learn how to do that. That's what Mayweather and those guys was doing. They was getting their stuff in theaters. They were making deals. See, y'all got to really think, how do I craft? The fight begins before the fight. And that's what we want to teach you, Master Boxer. I would like to come down for some training. That's the guy right there you want to see on the screen. You want to get with Shane Mosley to get some training, brother. But thank you for coming on the page for sure. You want us, you go online, you just be like, boom, boom. Now we do real serious clinics twice a year. Thing about it is you got to be in my school before you even, get the mention to come in there, because that's the only people that get the notifications. We just don't have people on the street. But if you committed to the sport and you serious about what you do, we got people that would love to take you directly on. We got my guys, K2 Boxing, Everett, Washington. We got my people out here in Arkansas. We got the people in Hong Kong. We got my guys in New York. We got people all over the globe. So if you want that master boxing system, it's endless. Do you get this old guy? I don't do that no more. You see my videos, those are videos and ain't nothing new. But you see, boxing no different than soccer. So hey, speaking of soccer, Messi got his documentary coming out on his series on is Netflix. Y'all got to check out Messi, boy. Y'all got to get up on Messi, man. Y'all got to watch the King. This is Jordan. Like, this dude is that. We get to live in this time. You got to see Tiger Woods. You got to see LeBron. You got to see, and I ain't just saying this, people, we got to see the Mosleys. We got to see the Mayweathers. We got to see Tyson if you're above 40. But I'm telling you, this, there, man. Like, people are overlooking. We got to see Serena, everybody I just named live in South Florida. But the key is you guys get to witness, you got to see how this fandom is with this dude, to be in a place, which is the globe, that somebody's that famous. We're talking people came from Argentina just to get a view of him. They got so much security around him that they wouldn't even, ESPN can't get in. Wow. That's another level. We got to see it, and I streamed a little clip from their live. Oh my gosh, you come over here, we're gonna go see Messi. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That'll motivate you. Boy, anybody watch soccer different from soccer? Oh, I ain't even finished reading the statement. Short life span career. Yeah. So for the business point of view, I agree with you. Yeah. Uh, let's just stage wisely. Yeah. Yeah, you got to use it while you got it, because when you don't got it, well, now you get to build your personal brand. So you know what I'm saying? You can retire and still crush it. And that's the beautiful thing about having your personal brand, right, Shane? Now, and that's what we're focused on, making sure
Right.
that the Royals, see, that's my brand. Jay Maria tell you, like, I knew, I was like, yo, nobody's taking care of these. I don't seen so many, Brenda Spinks messaged me when Leon died. People were raising money. I was like, huh? But this is the thing. I'm saying, oh no, no more. So we put together Beyond the Jab. So it's a
Nice.
nonprofit in 501c3 process now to first, if you're alive and healthy, we are educating you. Then we posturing you and positioning you where you will be good and your brand to continue to permeate and make money.
Mhm.
And because you came and you did it, you built your name. Now you got to build your brand. And so that's what we committed to do, and that's part of the legacy here. So Shane, it's an honor that you're fighting now, and but I'm going to get back onto the fight because I want to know your thoughts of what you think. Do you think that AJ is ready for Deontay Wilder?
Um, yes, but he's got to be on the entire time because that man has dynamite in his hands, bro.
You come
Like
on, you got to give me.
literally, I've heard this stat and I know it to be true. Every single man he's ever been in the ring with, he's put down. Every single man.
Yeah,
That's a crazy stat,
yeah. Do
right?
you think
Like
AJ can get up from a punch from Deontay like Tyson Fury did?
I don't know many people that can. You know what I mean? Like the way he hit Tyson in the first fight, like he got up like the Undertaker.
Yeah,
He got up like he
yeah,
was out and then just whoop. Like I was like,
yeah,
whoa, like this dude
yeah,
is nuts.
yeah. He is.
And so he's gonna have to. Like honestly, in this fight, he's gonna have to.
You're
He's gonna
going
have to be able to
down.
get up. You're going down for sure. Like
Yeah,
you should just know that if you're fighting AJ. If you're fighting Deontay, you're going down.
yeah,
And just know that you're gonna have to get up and
yeah,
show this dude back up.
yeah.
And honestly, I think that is gonna everybody that does well with Deontay pushes him back.
Well, yeah.
You have to push that guy back. As scary as that may sound, you got to go to it.
Well,
Um,
scary it is, and it ain't been but one man get out the ring without being knocked out,
right,
and that was Fury. But he had, out of the three times they fought, he went down four times. Two of them were
right,
countouts,
right.
and graciously saved by the bell. They say, Master Boxer Shane Mosley Jr., how important is it for you to capitalize on business while you're winning? Do you think the mindset of not wanting to lose the undefeated record is hurting the sport? And Shane just spoke about this. Do you think the mindset of not that undefeated record is hurting the sport? Go right into it, because this post is coming up that you did on the show the other day.
Listen, I think that that undefeated record stuff is trash, man. We
Yeah,
need to be focusing on giving the fans great fights and
yeah,
working on learning and growing every single time you're out. Right? If they see that passion, if they see you fighting, if they see you overcoming, you're going to be loved and be loved by the people. You know what I mean? Case in point is Gabriel Rosado. That dude has, gets fights up the yin
oh my
yang.
god, yeah,
He's got brands, following him.
yeah,
He had,
movies,
yeah, movies, all kind of stuff, bro.
yeah,
And his record may, looks 50-50, but
yeah,
he fights his butt off and he gives
yeah,
you a good
every
fight
time,
and he'll be in there with anybody, right? And
yeah,
he still believes that he could win. So
yeah.
yes, do I
How
think
was it to fight him?
oh it was like a dream come true, man. Like honestly, it was like because going into the fight, obviously I had losses. And, like he was a guy that I looked up to, honestly, because like he would always talk about, I'm going to be world champion. I'm going to be, it doesn't matter if and that's the way I feel. Right. And so like to be able to be matched up with that guy and
Yeah.
to fight him and, just be able to prove myself. Like, look, I'm gonna be that dude.
Yeah. Well, you
You
know what he was thinking. I'm gonna
yeah,
beat him Mosley. That's
yeah.
what
But
he was thinking.
it was
I
funny
mean, that was as
because
big a feather as yours was for him because you were already a name.
of
So
course, of course. I think it was one of those fights where we both could kind of piggyback off of each other.
yeah.
And it was I knew he was beat when he said he was gonna knock me out. I said, oh,
You're like,
not gonna happen.
dude, just seen
You
my
think
last
you're gonna knock me out?
fight.
I'll show you.
No, it was a great fight too. I was like, yo, and I saw the reps that you got in to get in there with guys who were really gritty from the street. I think that really gave you something. I think when Andre Ward fought on the Super Six, I think that gave him something else that he needed. And I think that Contender Series, which is a hell of a tournament, when you fight the best of the best and people that you're under the same roof with, I just can't for the life of me figure out why they don't keep that series going. But I guess it take funding and everything. People got to buy into it. But I think behind the fighter's life is a tremendous benefit. And thank you for that take on that undefeated record. Shane, elaborate when you spoke to the what happens with a loss. Like when you get a loss, it gives you something to go back and fix, right?
Yeah, when you get a loss, man, you get a lot of different things. You really have to look inward.
Mhm.
Um, and so you really should I mean, honestly, I feel like a loss and a win, you should be looking at yourself internally, right? Because no situation should be good or bad, right? It should all
Mhm.
just be what is the goal moving forward. Yeah, that's great. You know what I mean? I gotta win, but what did I do wrong? What did I do right? How can I make myself better moving forward? And even with a loss, but a loss usually, right? Because that's
Yeah.
kind of the culture. Because you know, you suck, blah blah.
Yeah.
Especially boxing fans, man. They be they wash you real quick. They be like, man, oh, he sucks. He's not like his
Yeah.
dad.
Yeah.
Get rid of him.
Bad weather.
Like But nevertheless, so it really makes you look inward and really makes you look like, all right, what do I need to change? How do I grow from this situation? How do I get better? What do I need to
Mhm.
improve on? Things like that.
Yeah.
And that's life. You know what I mean? Honestly, that's what you need to do in life every single day. You get up,
Yeah.
okay, yesterday was a great day, or yesterday was a terrible day. What do I need to do better? How do I make myself better? What
Yeah.
habits do I need to implement in order to not let this happen again, right?
Yeah.
And how do I grow? So
Yeah.
when you tell people that they have to be perfect, when you tell people that they can't lose, and if they lose, that they're never going to be a great fighter, is trash to me. Because
Yeah.
you know how many great business owners have went bankrupt in their business or failed a business, or what I mean,
Yeah.
like many of them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, like the best
Everybody.
of the best, the best of the best.
Yeah.
And so to say that's wrong is, you know
No.
I mean, to say that is a norm is wrong. But
Yeah.
I understand the play with Floyd Mayweather, right? It was a play, right? Like
Mhm.
it was a play on the sponsorship that we talk about. It's a play on being uh, the greatest of all time, right?
Yeah.
Because he made that transition from Pretty Boy Floyd to
Mhm.
Floyd Money Mayweather, and then he had to find a way to make that stick and
Yeah.
drive that,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And how do you do that? I'm the best because I ain't never lost. I'm the
Yeah.
best because nobody can beat me, right?
Mhm.
And then just shove it down everybody's face. So I
Yeah.
understand from his perspective why he did it, but I think the mentality and the impression that you put on these people is horrible.
Yeah. Well, he hurt boxing like Tyson did. Tyson was knocking everybody out in the first round, and people got used to that. And then when he went away to prison, he was like, "Oh, all we got is Evander Holyfield and Lennox Lewis." Like, yeah, that's a horrible option.
Right.
Like
I
that's
mean, we
it's
talk
the
about great
impact.
fighters.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's the same thing as COVID. It's the domino, is the after result, is the byproduct of someone doing that. Thank you, Nas, for sharing our posts, and we appreciate you saying the show is great. And how do you fare against Mayweather when you reach your peak and he's at his peak? How do you handle that guy?
Me?
Yeah.
How do I
The
beat that guy?
Mosleys and the Mayweathers have a thing. he
So
look, he probably has to turn his head every time he see that punch, that round. It's probably the
so
only time he can't look at the television or the screen.
so listen, I told my dad I actually watched the fight not too long ago. So I'll tie this in because it's really cool because um, in a way had that shot against Stephen Fulton where he did that stab to the body and the right hand over the top. My dad, how he hurt Floyd was that same stab and the right
Yeah,
hand over the top, right? And then this weekend, AJ,
did
how
it.
do you get that knockout? The
Yeah,
stab to the
just
body,
that
right
boom.
hand over the top,
Yeah,
boom,
he
and he
found
set
it.
it
That's
up.
what he
That
did.
and they all set it up with the jab, with varying their jabs
Yeah,
right before, vary, boom, stab to the body, go up, stab to the body, go up, kind of let him forget about it, stab, go, boom, right? And so the only thing, and I really, really believe this, uh, like watching this and really, really watching this, is okay. So the difference between Inoue and Sugar Shane was Inoue stayed balanced the whole time, boom, and doesn't fall over, and he
hmm,
doesn't give up his hand, right? He doesn't
yeah,
give up his right hand.
yeah,
Now, per usual, my dad would do that and bump. So he would go boom and bump and then keep on going like a continuation. But
yeah,
an older Sugar Shane is not
yeah,
as quick, right?
yeah.
So he goes boom and leaves that hand in there, and guess what?
Surprise.
And that clinch
Yeah,
it just snatched up. And
yeah,
so with that being said, he's able to tie up and not fall off balance, and my dad's not able to get a continuation,
yeah,
like because Stephen Fulton gets cracked, he stumbles and then he runs up and goes boom and puts him down. Imagine if Sugar Shane puts Floyd Mayweather down. When he gets up, he's not the same guy. And I
no,
truly, truly believe that.
no,
If he got put down, what saved him is my dad falling over and getting caught
hmm,
and being able to neutralize. And moving forward in that, he's able to grab that
yeah,
and tire my dad out,
yeah,
right? Because he has to wrestle him up, and that's
yeah,
going to take energy from you, especially an
yeah,
older guy, 40 years old. You know what I
yeah,
mean? You're gonna pull out all that ATP,
yeah,
and guess what?
yeah.
And sure enough,
You're
that's what
right.
happened.
You're right, because Shane in the days he would have boom boom and hop back, pop pop, and finish them off,
Right.
and or use, like you said, bump them and then set them up for that left hook, and just he just was hellacious puncher. I mean, in quick, I mean hands quick. He could hit you with change up speed shots, like you think, and then he's like boom boom, high three hard ones in there. And not a lot of guys, no one ever figured out how to do that. I still haven't seen anybody do that. Like no one takes from these guys who showed you how to do it, punching combinations, hide the hard ones, and these guys really don't understand punch cadence. And
Yeah.
that's why I think Andre Ward said it, because he got to watch Sugar Shane and nobody else punched in combinations like that, except for the Mexican fighters like Marquez and Pacquiao. They running, but Shane was the one that had them big one, pop, 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 boom, 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 and bam. And I seen them finish guys. I seen the guys quit and just survive. And when he hit Floyd that way, what I realized is that Floyd learned a lot of good tactics when he would go over to fight with Frankie Randall
Mm.
and Sweet Pea and his father. They say, hey, you're gonna get hit one day, like real hard. And this is what you better do. So it let me know that he had those tangibles and intangibles, because you don't nobody survived getting hurt like that against Shane. He finished everybody.
But
So
Brother Nazim was right, man. He said, who knows? We
now
might hit him over the
you're
head and
gonna
he
hurt
turned
him,
into a dragon.
and he's gonna
He
turn
might
into a
turn into a
dragon.
dragon. And guess what?
Yeah,
He turned into a dragon.
yeah,
But with that being said, I definitely think that my dad should have um, believed in his boxing knowledge more. And I feel like, and I don't mean that negatively,
no,
but
I get it.
but what I'm saying is if you watch the fight, he's fighting really jittery,
Yeah,
really jittery, and really fast. He's really trying to get him out. And I
yeah,
asked him, I said, "Hey, man, like, why were you fighting so fast?" He was like, "Shane, I was trying to knock him out." He's like, "I was trying to get him out of there because I knew that." Long term, the longer this fight goes, you
yeah.
know,
It's gonna be hard.
it's going to be hard. But I think that was the wrong mindset to take into it. I think he really should have believed in that and really just picked his spots, right?
Yeah,
And really slowed the pace down. And then, because if
yeah,
he gets that same shot in the seventh, eighth, ninth round,
yeah,
it's over. It's over.
yeah,
But he got it in the second round. And you know
yeah,
what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? He still got his energy bar up. So,
yeah.
he gets that same shot later on. My
Yeah.
dad picks his spots, moves around,
But think about
really
it.
slows the pace.
All right, now think about it. The fight before that, you knock out a monster.
I
Then
hear
you
you.
fight a small guy like Floyd, who, you know, metaphorically speaking, smaller, who came up from a weight class when you've been at 147 for a long time, fought at 154. Like even when your dad went up to fight Winky, and he was like, "Yo, when I was hitting him, I felt like it was my hands had pillars on them because
Right.
Winky was born 154 pounds." When you go up 7 pounds of bone, that equals 21 pounds of a man. It's not just 7 pounds, it's a 20 pounds difference per weight class. But people don't equate what that dude actually walks around at. Winky Wright was walking around down here in Florida at 194 when he fought your dad. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he weighed in at 154 the day before the fight, but he walked in that ring. I mean, he needed it all. He
Right.
needed it all because he knew he was fighting a puncher, but a puncher that was coming up. So he was thinking probably, yeah, when I hit Floyd with these hammers, plus I just knocked out the dragon, Margarita, who had been destroying cats, and he knocked him out. Like that was the best knockout on a high profile night with just the energy. It was unreal. The best boxing display outside of lightweight that your dad put on was Luis Collazo. Southpaw, skills, distance, range, balance. Y'all want to see something beautiful? You want to learn some boxing? Go watch that. Collazo Mosley. Uh, that where you learn about boxing. You can learn about boxing and shit. And people don't understand what it is. But when I seen your fight with Collazo, what I'm going to say, not Collazo, but what's his name, Gabriel. When I saw you, I said, you got such length. What you got to master is when you're letting them big, long arms go and extending that they're throwing from a shorter distance so you keep your legs under you because you got control over the guy in a different zone. You
Mhm.
control the A zone to death. You know what I'm saying? And he don't have no. I don't know if it's anybody with a reach like at your with your reach in the middleweight division.
Yeah, I mean, I got 78. I
Yeah,
got,
dude,
yeah.
you almost yeah. You got
I'm
to wing.
stretching my kneecap standing up.
Yeah, yeah. So you got to use that and just use it, but not like you can control them. Like her, if you watch her in shadow box,
Of
like
course.
like when you just saying this game ain't going right for me. Let me just box this dude right here to keep my ground and just and so I don't fall in and let him tie me up because ain't nobody can take those punches. Just so you know, they can't take those punches 7, 8 rounds when you got your legs under you ever. That's just not going to happen. the dexterity of a man's face, that's just like taking a 2x4. When you got that kind of length, that's why Hearns was able to knock guys out so hard. And when you saw when Deontay Wilder locked out your boy Helenius the other hit that time, it wasn't even a hard punch. It was because he got them totem poles. He walked right into it.
Right.
And so that's what you got. So that game right there, where you slippery, pop, pop, looking left, looking right, and then pop, 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 pop. Just keep you don't have to fall in ever. But when you do, I know what you're doing. You're getting around to the other side. I know you're doing that. But I'm talking about the best fighters. You would crush them. Like they would be like, what? He must be over the hill. How did he dominate him? See, I know boxing. I don't care who you match up with. Like you have this thing where you control that zone and no middleweight and super middleweight can deal with you because you got all of the things. Like you know how to move in every area of the ring. And when you can do that, you like I tell guys, you don't box with your hands, you box with your feet. I don't care who you fighting. You know what I'm saying? Like you box with your feet, it's an easy match because your hands is fast. On top of you got great feet. So I can't wait to see the next fight. I can't wait because I just got a feeling people are going to see something that they just haven't been used to seeing. I don't see a lot of old school fights. You fight. You remind me not like the way you fight, but the way you fight. It's like Archie Moore. Like you know something they don't. So you there's this time where you turn into this kid at the playground that is just taking on one guy after the next, and people can't figure it out. So you keep leaning into that guy, and it's just not going to be anybody. They're gonna just be like, I can't. Like he understand all three zones. You know what I'm saying? Like that's a problem. You know what I'm saying? Who was it tried to fight Bernard on the inside? They was like, might have been Anton Eccles. Anton Eccles. And he was like, Bernard was like, rip that dude to shreds, thinking, oh no, I'm not that dude. And my end game is much more violent than my outside game. And they learned the hard way. Like they was like, damn, this dude can fight inside. Kelly Pavlik learned. You can't fight that dude on the inside. That dude got some stuff, boy. That's that prison stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like my man from Creed, Creed 3. Donnie, was it Damien? Damien.
That was Damien.
Damien was throwing that prison. He catching him on the. It's like, yo, that's that real stuff right there, boy. But yeah, I wanted to get your take on what you thought. Anthony Joshua, is that something that he can scale, that skill that he's developing? Do you think he could really retain those championship titles at this level now? You think he can become undisputed? You think he can beat Fury? What's your take on that? Both questions.
So honestly, I think my pick on who's going to be the heavyweight king and is going to be Tyson Fury, man. Like that guy, I don't see any of them beating him. I like the dude is just too dynamic.
Yeah.
And he's just a great fighter. He knows boxing. He knows how to make it rough when he needs to. He knows how to box when he needs to. He is, in my opinion, the overall like best fighter in the heavyweight division. And I don't see AJ beating him. But do I think he can get to that fight? Do I think he can, beat Deontay Wilder? Yes. If he pushes Deontay Wilder back and is responsible and able to catch him off guard and get the right shots on him, yes. He's going to have to be on for 12 rounds the whole entire time, right? In order to do that. But can he do it? Yes. Is it going to be easy? Hell no. Because that dude got dynamite, like literally has dynamite in either hand.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, he does. But I want you to answer this. Oh, yeah. I was talking about I think my man said I watched your other video. I remember you spoke about the best ankle breaker with great footwork. Was it Gerard Davis? Um, Let me see. NFL player. No, I was thinking about Barry Sanders. I said Barry Sanders. I was showing them the Matrix. I was showing those boys to break down the sweet pea. And I said, it doesn't matter whenever a guy who understands that footwork and then that body movement, because Tommy Brooks and those boys, my coach was directly up, that's the circle they was over there at DMV in Philly, the Jersey, all that,
Yeah.
that the brick city, all that bam, 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 that just devastating fight land. You can't come playing. So what you learn in those gyms up in Norfolk, Virginia is, that slippery stuff. And the guys would teach Georgie Benton and those guys teaching fundamental boxing. But Georgie Benton rolling shoulder and that stuff, you'd hear with Philly and Jersey, Brick City, New York, Philly, like it just ain't it ain't no quadruple set like that, like in boxing. And when that was, you was going there, you're dealing with, Pernell Whitaker, the Matrix himself. He was a menace. People don't understand how mean that dude was. You know what I'm saying? Like you get in there and you go in them gyms, you go in there because you going in there for spar wars. People don't, they talk about smokers. I'm saying them ain't smokers. I'm in here with the dude that knocked Chavez off. And Chavez was 89-0. Like we in here against cats who got records with 13 straight one punch knockouts. It's guys in here who's so elusive that they need to put two dudes in the ring just to miss them still. In Sweet Pea, like that's where Floyd got on a train to come to get that work. And when you got those kind of dudes, so I broke it down, the entire matrix. I named all 8 different techniques and I broke them down on video. Nobody can buy it, nobody can see it. We got it, we put it out, let people get a sneak peek, and people broke it down. How did he do this? How did that happen? And he's seen a clip of the video, and I said, yeah, all of them boys got it. De La Hoya, Chavez, they all got to see it up close and was like, I never want to get in the ring with that dude again. You know what I'm saying? That's a problem. Trinidad, I mean, everybody who got in there realized how difficult it is to fight somebody with that ability, that God-given ability to just elude anything. And when he get in there, he just like he breaking your ankles. You missing punches so big, you knocking yourself out. Right. Boy, I seen a kid in the Nationals do that. Kid came into the thing. One of the young boys I brought, he lived in Norfolk. He was from Norfolk. So we went, and so they had the Nationals, and this kid was boxing. And I said, I had seen the greatest amateurs in boxing history. I've trained with them but this kid, this is where I took the drop and roll and created it and made it a thing. And that one video I did, it did a 1.6 million 2 different times. 2 different times it was uploaded. So he, in the midst of it, in the finals, this dude was in the paint and the kid was long and threw. This kid dropped and rolled and came up on the side of that dude and looked at him. So we standing right there on the corner with the red corner, and the dude winked and boom. I mean, he came to the side, the dude that missed, and of course he had threw the punch, so he like this, and the dude rolled it, and when he came up, he winked, and so boom, unconscious.
Wow.
I was like, oh my God. And that's why that's in my program. I saw it clear as day. because I'm sure he's doing that to dudes in the gym,
Oh yeah.
but didn't think that somebody would be that stupid to do it and overthrow a shot and he drop. And see, that's not something people teach you to do. When somebody throws a big shot like that, they just say duck or weave. We know we go outside of the punch. And I actually did a demonstration of it yesterday a little bit. No, that was a sidestep and pivot. But we go outside of it and roll up under and make sure this is right here. And all that's there is that. Unconscious. I was like, and then 2 years later, we go back to Norfolk to the projects, and my kid Bernard said to me, "Hey, yo, coach, I got a dude. He want to meet you. His brother's watching your stuff in prison." And he said, "I got a dude. He want to meet you." And I said, "All right, sure." So we walk in, get out of the car. We in the hood for real. So we walking out, and guess who it is? It's that fucking kid. He was like, "Yo, I've been watching your videos, man. I want, you know what I'm saying? I want to know,
What's the kid's name?
Coach him." I'm like,
what's the kid's name?
I don't even remember, man. No, I don't remember because I never got to. I didn't talk to him again.
Oh wow!
It was a roster of people at the Nationals, but this dude, man, he was small like Sweet Pea, beautiful like Michael Jackson with his moonwalk. I mean, that drop and roll. I said, yeah, I got to take that. I got to take that. But my guy, Antoine, y'all go follow Antoine. What's Antoine? I'm gonna put Antoine name. I'm having a brain fart. That's my boy. Antoine's. You gotta follow him. This is if you want to really master a skill like footwear, like this kid. Man, he didn't even know I thought this much of him. But Antoine, the future. Just pull up Antoine, the future, and then he is ANTWUN or ON. The future, and it'll pop up on Instagram. Especially,
I think I follow him. I think I follow him too.
Yeah, I got his whole career on. See, it was back in the early 2000s, so it's all on VHS. But I got it. Everything, every fight that's ever happened, your whole dad career, I got it in our storage. Yeah, in boxes. So I got over 40,000 fights, and they talking about who the real fight doctor. I'm the real fucking fight doctor. Get out of here. You get what I'm saying? And I did it for real. So yeah, I know every fight, every move that's ever been done in boxing. And I broke them all down and created a system. And so when you see him, he was the closest thing to that kid, but he was Mike Tyson at 135 as an like you ain't seen nothing like him. Some the smoking, the sparring sessions, it was pay-per-view. I bring popcorn, steak, and beers. My battery exhausted. Crap. Hold up.
Yeah.
Hold up.
I got you.
I'm trying to see. Hold up. Oh, please come back.
Everybody can see me. Well, everybody, I believe Eric will be back. If you can see me, I don't know if you guys can, but he'll be back. All right. He said to end the show. So everybody, thank you for joining. I'll see you guys next time. All right.